Live from our studios here at Kokomlimle in Accra. Good morning. Welcome to Joy News Desk. My name is Kenneth Jesse. We're live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 125 and around the world on myjoyonline.com. This morning, MP for Asafuah Vincent Asafuah raises concerns over Finance Minister's failure to release full 2025 allocations to key government institutions, including the Ghana Audit Service and Right to Information Commission.
Only a portion of the funds approved by Parliament, and in some cases receive no releases at all. For example, the Right to Information Act and its commission did not receive a penny.
We're live with the Asafuah MP for more. Also this morning, government expected to deliver a clear position on the Boko Peace Mediation Report after Santahene Otumfuo II presented the final mediation report to the President yesterday.
And we're embarking on the next leg of the journey. And as he himself said, this was not an arbitration.
NPP presidential aspirant Brian Champon launches blistering attack on former Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia's leadership credentials, insisting he cannot be trusted to lead the party back to power.
The most marketed, 8 years as vice president, 8 years as running mate.
Yes.
16 years that we marketed him. He had 41%.
And with just 9 days to go, excitement is steadily building ahead of the Joy FM family party in the park, slated for Boxing Day. Details next. And this morning, the Member of Parliament for Asafuah Vincent Asafuah has raised concerns over the Finance Minister's failure to release more than 40% of the 2025 allocations to the Ghana audit. According to him, although a total budget of 838 million cedis for the Audit Service, only 59% has been released to the entity as workers' allowances are standing in arrears, a situation he says is affecting morale of workers and could compromise the delivery of the state auditors.
By the third quarter of 2025, only about 59% of the approved budget had been released. This implies that more than 40% of Parliament-approved funds were not released. Given that salaries were prioritized and the approved compensation alone exceeded the total amount released, it follows that not all staff-related obligations could have been fully paid. The committee's report does not indicate that these outstanding obligations were subsequently cleared. We further confirm that validation for December 2025 has been completed. So as we speak, validation for December 2025 has been completed. However, outstanding arrears and allowances were excluded from the validation scope and consequently not captured for payment, a decision that effectively delays or cancels this entitlement that is due staff of the Ghana Audit Service. As a result, each affected staff member is currently owed an average amount of approximately 15,000 Ghana cedis for the year under review, which is 2025. And when the year is also ending, not even a validation was captured, or they did not validate these allowances, which means that if you had any plan of using these monies for Christmas, Sikano Ashe, Sikano Ma. This has significantly reduced staff morale, particularly as many officers had planned to meet family and social obligations during the Christmas period using these entitlements. The non-payment has negatively affected motivation, work commitment, and the spirit of patriotism.
And as he called for the Finance Minister to take action on the matter, he further disclosed that the Right to Information Commission has also not received any portion of its 2025 allocations.
Many ministries, departments and agencies received only a portion of the funds approved by Parliament, and in some cases received no releases at all. For example, the Right to Information Act and its commission did not receive a penny to be able to operate in the year 2025. And this has been captured under page 111 of the Right to Information Commission and its report.
And thankfully, the Old Asafuah MP Vincent Asafuah is joining me on phone for more on this. Grateful for your time this morning. I want to find out, how is the delay release of over 40% of the 2025 Audit Service budget specifically affecting the ability of auditors to perform their duties effectively, as you mentioned?
Well, you can agree with me that the Ghana Audit Service is an independent constitutional body. A body that has been mandated as per Article 187 of the 1993 Constitution to be able to audit all public offices and public offices. And so it becomes very difficult that the one who is supposed to audit these offices are having some of the allowances and salaries even not paid. I can confirm to you that the December validation that was done for the staff of Ghana Audit Service was without all allowances starting from January to December. The same period in 2024, every quarter these allowances were paid. It is scary and it is troubling because I do not think that the kind of work that they do, which I term as very crucial, cannot be underestimated this way. Because if you approve 838 million and you also allocate 737 million for compensation, at least under the year under review, per the year under review, that is 2025, you should be able to release monies that at least will cover the compensation, which is over 737 million. But as you speak, more than 40% of the 838 million has not been released, which is way, way below the 737 million that was allocated for compensation, i.e. salaries and allowances. And you remember, you can check the history. It is very difficult to find staff of Ghana Audit Service demonstrating or even having press conference because of how crucial that they are working. So when you go into the Ghana Audit Service today, the morale is down, but they cannot speak. The morale has gone down to the extent that most of the staff are now even threatened that in the event that they may want to allow themselves to be influenced, they may want to give in. Because on what basis do you put me in charge of a facility to audit a public office with expenses worth over 20 million Ghana cedis? Then my allowances of just 15,000 Ghana cedis you don't want to pay me. It means that I'm likely to be influenced. And so that is why I was raising these issues for government to be able to make sure that these matters are dealt with.
And what measures do you believe the finance minister should take immediately to ensure that both the Audit Service and the Right to Information Commission, which you also mentioned, receive their full allocations for 2025?
Well, I was hoping that today, when the Ghana Commercial Bank is paying staff, because I can confirm to you that today payments have already started, and you could clearly see that these payments have been made without those allowances. The government and the finance minister should show some commitment and should understand that their work under the Constitution is sacrosanct. It's very crucial and it's very important. So even though the validations have been done, if they're able to show that commitment that, well, because there are concerns coming from the staff of the Ghana Audit Service, even though they cannot openly come out to say these things, and we have taken it up to be able to say it on their behalf, then that commitment should be enough for them to be able to release some amount of money for these allowances to be paid, especially gearing towards the festive season.
You are an MP. Do you have any plans of hauling the finance minister or his deputy before Parliament to answer questions? You are in your last days in Parliament for this year, 2025, and of course, 2025 is also almost ending.
So I filed an urgent question yesterday around 5 p.m. I hope that it will be taken before we rise for the festive season. In the absence of that, there's little that we can do. We can use the medium that we are having today, like Joy FM or all the other media stations, to be able to drum home these concerns in the event that we are not able to take the urgent questions. But mind you, if you come to the floor right now, there has been a number of items on the order paper that has been repeated for more than a month. These are issues that have been raised. A number of questions that have been filed. The ministers are not available. The ministers are not coming to Parliament. They are nowhere to be found to be able to respond to some of these urgent inquiry from the Ghanaian people, or the date of the Ghanaian people in Parliament. So it is a very important, especially when you have ministers who are willing to subject some of these inquiries. So in the after, what we do is to make sure that we engage in press conferences and other things like this to be able to make sure that our voices will be heard.
Vincent Eko Asafuah, thank you very much. That's the MP for Old Tafo constituency there, speaking to us. And after years of prolonged conflict resulting in the death of hundreds of people in the Boko area, Ghana is finally getting close to resolving the age-old conflict. As Asantehene Otumfuo Osei II presented a report on his mediation efforts to President John Dramani Mahama yesterday. Well, this report and the effort preceding it has been labeled by many as the closest Ghana has come to settling the age-old conflict. Here are excerpts of Asantehene's submission to the President at the Jubilee House yesterday.
The statement read in part: the return to Boko on 24th October of Mr. Seydou Abagari, who was illegally ensconced as Boko Naba in February 2023, subsequent to the vacation by the Court of Appeal sitting in Kumasi of the warrant for his arrest, has led to significant disturbances affecting public peace and security in the area. The government did not in any form or manner confer legitimacy on Mr. Seydou Abagari. As I indicated from the beginning, I was requested by the new Patriotic Party government to mediate in the matter. President John Dramani Mahama, who assumed office on the 7th of January, endorsed that I should proceed with finding an amicable resolution to the current situation. The parties in this dispute have willingly submitted themselves to the mediation process. The Boko Naba Sigiri Abugaragu Azoka has accorded me enormous respect and personally led his delegation at all times to my palace whenever invited. My brother, the Nairi, has for very good reason, sent a delegation of his elders and sub-chiefs at all times that I have requested him to come. They all express confidence in the process and believe that we will be able to work towards an amicable outcome. I started my engagement with my brother the Nairi by appealing to him to magnanimously recognize the position of the law that the Kusasi should rule themselves. After careful consideration, the Nairi made some concessions but gave some conditions for my consideration. Essentially, my brother the Nairi wanted the historical acknowledgement of his ancestral ownership of the entire land that now constitutes the Boko traditional area. He acknowledged that the Kusasis have come to largely occupy that area. Both Kusasis and the Mamprusis who are now occupying those lands are his children. He observed that as a result of colonial interference and interference of various governments, Kusasis have asserted self-rule and now lay claims to the chieftaincy of the area.
So that's the Otumfuo Asantehene Osei II at the Jubilee House yesterday. And meanwhile, President John Dramani Mahama also expressed gratitude to the Asantehene and his team for the mediation efforts. He said the government will issue a statement today on the way forward.
When I took over from my predecessor, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in the security briefing he gave me, he mentioned that he had invited Otumfuo to be the sole mediator in the conflict that was raging in Boko at the time. And so shortly after I took over, I paid Otumfuo a visit to confirm, the status of mediation and whether he actually had accepted to mediate. And he confirmed that he had. And so even though the mediation has been long, and I can understand the complexity of the Boko case, and so it needed time and patience to be able to thoroughly engage all the parties and be able to flesh out the facts and finally come out with a recommendation. Today, I'm pleased that we have come to the end of that journey, and we're embarking on the next leg of the journey. And as he himself said, this was not an arbitration. An arbitration normally will make an award on who is right and who is wrong. This was a mediation, and the next leg of the journey is to reconcile our two brothers and sisters from the Kusasi and the Mampusi side.
Let's talk politics now, because MPP presidential aspirant Brian Champon has launched a blistering attack on the leadership credentials of former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, insisting he cannot be trusted to lead the main opposition party back to power. Dr. Champon is among 5 aspirants vying for the vacant MPP flag-bearer slot following the party's historic loss in the last general elections. Well, Dr. Bawumia, who was the party's presidential candidate in the last election, has been touted as the most marketed candidate and a front-runner in the race. But speaking on PM Express, Dr. Champon tore into Dr. Bawumia's record, dating back to his first appointment as running mate in 2007.
Everything that you have said, and as 41%, the most marketed, 8 years as vice president, 8 years as running mate. Yes. 16 years that we marketed him. He had 41%. We marketed Asafuah for 8 months. He had 49.7%. So everything that you're saying, you are making his situation worse. Couldn't get there. 7 regions of this country, we could not win a single constituency presidential. 7, after all the attributes that you just highlighted. In 7 regions, we could not win a single constituency. Volta, Oti, Upper East, Upper West, Savannah, Blue East, presidential. We could not win one constituency in these regions. When we were supporting him in 2023, one of the beliefs was that if we present him, he would hold the votes from the northern part of Ghana for us. 5 of the regions that we did not win a single constituency, 5 of them are from the northern half of Ghana. We could not win one. Western region, 17 constituencies. We won 1 presidential. 23 in central region, we won 2 presidential. 34 constituencies in Greater Accra, presidential, we got 2. Those attributes and the results of the elections are the ones that the delegates are passing a verdict on. So if we market you for 16 years and you come out with 41%, and we market Asafuah for 8 months and he gets 49.7%, then there's a difference. It's a difference.
And the difference is what?
The difference is that the marketing did not yield the sales results.
Away from politics, leaders from across the continent have gathered here in Accra for the opening of the African Summit 2025 with a strong call for Africans to deliberately shape their own future. Discussions focused on youth empowerment, strategic partnerships and opportunities under the African Continental Free Trade Area as key drivers of Africa's next phase of growth. My colleague Rodelyn Abensa has more.
Held under the theme Building a New United Africa, the inaugural summit brought together political leaders, policymakers and business executives to address Africa's development challenges. Speaking on behalf of President John Mahama, Foreign Affairs Minister Okudzeto Ablakwa urged African states to take ownership of the continent's future and fully harness the African Continental Free Trade Area after opportunities.
Africa must therefore transform itself from being passive observers to an active shaper of global outcomes. This requires united African voice, coordinated diplomacy, and collective economic action. The Africa Continental Free Trade Area, when fully implemented, has the propensity to to pull millions of Africans out of poverty, create jobs for our youthful population, expand industrial capacity, and enhance Africa's bargaining power.
He cautioned that the success of AfCFTA depends on removing trade barriers, harmonizing regulations, and investing in infrastructure.
It must, however, be stressed that the success of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area will depend on our collective resolve to dismantle non-tariff barriers, invest in trade-related infrastructure, and support small and medium-sized enterprises to compete effectively across borders.
Organizers say the summit aims to align Africa's economic and political vision and mobilize coordinated African-led action at a critical moment. Rodalyn Abese's report read to you.
Away from that, the principal of Bolgatanga Midwifery Training College, Hajia Mary Lamisi, has appealed to well-meaning Ghanaians, philanthropists and collaborators to support the institution in addressing its pressing infrastructure needs. Speaking exclusively to Joy News at the launch of the college's 75th anniversary celebration, the principal highlighted the challenges posed by inadequate infrastructure, including accommodation facilities and lecture theatres, which have forced the college to adopt a rotational system for students.
Established in the year 1950, the Bolgatanga Midwifery Training College in the Upper East region has produced thousands of midwives to enhance Ghana's healthcare delivery. However, the college's infrastructure has not significantly improved to match its long-standing existence. The college currently has a student population of 575, underscoring the need for expansion in infrastructure. Speaking to Joy News after the launch of the 75th anniversary celebration of the Bolgatanga Midwifery Training College, the principal, Hajia Mary Lamisi Bozombil, revealed that the college is forced to adopt a rotational system for students due to a lack of accommodation.
We would have wished that at least we would have had satellite campuses all over the place. We would have had all our students on campus, but infrastructure-wise, we don't have enough. So the first years automatically live on campus. Second years, they have to go out because of the constraints in infrastructure. Then third years automatically will come, which is not appropriate. We don't have accommodation facilities. We don't have theaters, lecture theaters. So it's a challenge for us. We don't have adequate boreholes. The staff strength, we don't even have clearance. Most of our workers are casual workers, and so it's difficult.
The launch of the anniversary celebration was also used to break ground for the construction of a 3-story, 60-unit classroom theater. The principal called for support from various stakeholders to help complete the project and improve other infrastructure in the institution.
You have a situation where 100 students have to go in for a lecture, after which they come out, the same tutor will have to go in for another 100. But if we had enough classrooms, bigger ones, at least the 200 students could be in one lecture hall, and that will save time for other subjects. We are pleading with philanthropists, collaborators, stakeholders who will come, and then by the time we'll be at least ending the program next year, we should be able to put up the at least classroom theater for our students.
The 75th anniversary celebration of the Bolgatanga Midwifery Training College is under the theme 75 Years of Excellence in Midwifery Education, Sustaining Maternal and Child Health Care. The celebration will be climaxed by a grand event next year. The occasion of the launch of the anniversary celebration was also used for the matriculation of 200 newly admitted students into the college for the 2025-2026 academic year. Upper East Regional Director of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Brahma Abubakari, praised the Bolgatanga Midwifery Training College for successfully training disciplined healthcare professionals over the years, despite the numerous challenges the institution faces.
To sustain excellence, we must invest in one, continuous professional development for our midwives, ensuring they are equipped with modern skills and knowledge. To our fresh students matriculating today, you must be entrusted with the lives of mothers and newborns. Remember that every safe delivery, every healthy child, and every mother who survives childbirth because of your care is a victory to humanity.
Reporting for Joy News, Albert Sorry, Bolgatanga.
Away from Bolgatanga, the Minister for Labour, Jobs and Employment, Rashid Pelpo, has reaffirmed the NDC government's commitment to ensuring mining is carried out legally, responsibly and without environmental destruction. Speaking at the 4th Chakale Malu Festival in Bulenge in Wa West, he highlighted the Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program launched in August 2025 as a key initiative to protect lands and rivers while creating jobs for the youth.
The 4th Chakala Malo Festival, celebrated by the chiefs and people of the Chakala Enclave in the Wa East district of the Upper West region, was held on the theme Galamsey as a threat to education and agricultural production in the Chakala traditional area, the role of traditional leaders. Paramount Chief of the Bulong traditional area, Nasir Nawulumo IV, speaking through his secretary, Kamona Yahya Sedu, noted that the team was carefully chosen to highlight the collective responsibility in combating illegal mining. He warned that if the issue of illegal mining is not urgently addressed, it has a tendency of undermining youth development, destroy the environment, and threaten food security. He therefore called on the people to support lawful and sustainable small-scale mining processes.
Though illegal mining has left visible scars on our land and water bodies, we acknowledge the encouraging progress recorded within the first 11 months of the current NDC administration. We humbly urge the government to deepen collaboration with traditional authorities and local communities to consolidate these gains.
Nasir Nawulumo IV then turned his attention to some challenges faced by the people in the road, health, electricity, and water sectors, which are holding back the development of the Chakala Enclave.
The Wabulenge Road has stalled. The road from Bulenge to Duse and from Duse to Grumbele is equally in poor condition. Additionally, the Bulenge Holmoni Road is not motorable. The Bulenge Chago Road, Twasa Tisa Road, Twasa Sogola Road, Twasa Jerry Road, Bulenge Kolupon Road, Kolupon Chase Road, Chago Jonfien Road. In effect, it means there is no motorable road in the Chakale traditional area. We would be grateful if these roads are fixed.
Minister for Labour, Jobs and Employment, Dr. Rashid Hassan Pelepu, who represented President John Dramani Mahama at the festival, spoke of the commitment of the government to ensuring that mining is done decently and through legal means.
Try and error manner. Let's dig here to see whether there will be gold. No. We will make sure we work through with you, go into the books, find the areas where there is gold, help you to gain enough concession and to mine in a responsible manner so as not to destroy the environment. We are here for you. We represent you. We will work to make sure you get the best out of us so as to save the land and the people of the ill effects of Galamsey.
And Ghana is gearing up for one of its most vibrant Christmas seasons yet. A December sparkling with music, lights, theatre and colour. Through the December in GH 2025 program, the Ghana Tourism Authority is inviting everyone to experience the magic firsthand, from festive streets to concerts and cultural celebrations where tradition meets creativity and the warmth of the Ghanaian holiday spirit fills every corner. Rodelyn Abensa has more in this report.
Christmas in Ghana isn't complete without theatre. And this year, Ankle White's Festival of Plays returns with renewed force. In Takrady, the coast, will beat to Mosque Fiesta December 19 and return on December 24 to 28. The Western region's masquerade culture remains one of Ghana's most colorful Christmas traditions, and this year's edition is expected to draw record numbers. On Boxing Day, December 26, the hills of Ibri will come alive as the Ibri Botanical Gardens host Joy FM's family party in the park. Music will float through the cool air as Kwabena Kwabena, Kwanpa, and Dope Nation take the stage, while cooking competitions and activities at Daddy's Corner keep families entertained. On December 24 and 25, Accra will light up with two of the season's biggest shows, Stoneboy's Beam Festival and Sarkodie's Rapaholic Concert. Then comes the heartbeat of the holidays, Dirty December. From blockbuster concert and beach raves at Labadi and Kokrobiti, the city will become a living stage. Christmas in Ghana is no longer just a holiday. It's a spectacle of lights, music, culture, and joy. With many events lined up for the season, enjoy responsibly. Rodalyn Abensa's feature on Christmas activities in Ghana, read to you.
And preparations are already in full swing at the Joy FM family party in the park venue, the Ibri Botanical Gardens, as organizers move to transform the serene space into a vibrant hub of music, family, friendly entertainment and festive celebration. Well, the annual event promises a full day of fun for patrons of all ages, reinforcing its reputation as one of the most anticipated end-of-year outdoor gatherings on the Joy FM calendar. Well, if you missed the fun last year, Noella Karen Yale brings back memories in the following report.
In a world where busy schedules, screens, and daily pressures often pull families apart, experts continue to stress the importance of quality time together, moments that strengthen bonds, improve communication, and create lasting memories, especially between parents and children. Spending intentional time together away from routine and distractions allows families to reconnect, laugh, and simply enjoy each other's company, a foundation for stronger family values and healthier relationships. This Christmas season, families in Accra and those visiting from the diaspora are being offered the perfect opportunity to do just that. On December 26th, the scenic Ibri Botanical Gardens will come alive as Joy FM hosts its annual party in the park, a picnic-style, family-centered event designed to bring parents and children together in a relaxed, fun-filled outdoor setting.
We have the Daddy's Corner, where daddies can have their time and enjoy what makes daddies happy. Now, we have the family cooking competition, where daddy and mommy and the kids have come together. Now, we have also designated what we call the Ghana Village, where if you want to eat Ghanaian, authentic Ghanaian food, we are making it available for you. And it includes music, Ghanaian music, and everything Ghanaian. We also have a place where you can just go and relax. So you don't want to be around the table, you just want to bring your mat and relax. We are creating that ambience for you. So I can assure you that we are ready, and it's going to be fun, it's going to be entertaining, it's going to be relaxing, it's going to be a quality time with the family.
With live band performances,
Montessori International School, get ready, let's do this, please. Saito, don't try, you make a mistake. Let's do this. Same song, Montessori. Same song, Saito. Wait, Montessori. 1, 2, 3. A, B, C, D, E, F, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
artist appearances, cheer lively throughout the day. Families are encouraged to come along with your picnic mats, friends, and loved ones, and be a part of a memorable day dedicated to bonding, laughter, and togetherness at the Joy FM Party in the Park, happening December 26th at the Ebri Botanical Gardens.
You definitely do not want to miss this year's edition of Joy FM's Family Party in the Pack. We'll be back from the break with more.
Welcome back to Business here on News Desk. My name is Winston Taki, and our first business story. Absa Bank has ushered in the Christmas season with 9 lessons in carol service in Accra. The bank used the occasion to thank customers for their loyalty and reaffirm its commitment to delivering excellent and intentional service in the years ahead. Here is more in this report.
Absa Bank Ghana has held its 9 lessons and carol service as part of activities to commemorate the Christmas season, bringing together management, staff, customers, and invited guests to reflect on the spirit of gratitude, unity, and goodwill. Marketing and Corporate Affairs Director Nana Asafuah expressed appreciation to customers for their continued loyalty and trust in the Absa brand throughout the year.
It's been a demanding year, and we have finally come to the end of the year. We have prevailed, and it's a reason for the season. We have done very well as a business and, given good service to our clients. We have also ensured that what our clients need from us as a bank, we have done our very best to solution them. And so we are grateful, one, to God for having brought us this far, and also for our clients for having faith, for sticking with us until the end of the year.
She further reaffirmed Absa's commitment to delivering excellence and improved customer-focused solutions in the year ahead.
We are 23 or so banks, and we are all giving practically about the same, products and services. And therefore, the real difference is the service, the experience we give to our clients through the products that they need, and how we design it, how we solution it them with our customers in mind. And at Absa, we say your story matters. We know and we believe that our client story matters to us, and therefore we constantly ensure that we are solutioning, what they actually need, so that they can get the best of experience from us as their financial partner.
The service featured scripture reading, carol performances, and prayer, reinforcing the message of hope and reflecting as the year draws to a close.
Away from that, Silver Star Auto has officially launched its Peugeot 3008 SUV and Peugeot Landtrek pickup, strengthening the company's presence in Ghana's automotive market and boosting affordability in the automotive space. Here's more.
The launch event brought together industry stakeholders and customers to witness the introduction of Silver Star's Peugeot 3008 SUV and the Peugeot Landtrek pickup. The two models are positioned to meet the diverse mobility needs of individuals and businesses. Speaking at the event, General Manager of Silver Star Auto, Rabi Aga, said the Peugeot 3008 and Landtrek pickup embody the true essence of innovation and durability, noting that they reflect the brand's commitment to delivering vehicles suited to Ghana's driving conditions.
The Peugeot is made for today's lifestyle. Bold design, smart technology, and comfort that fits city life, the work life, and most importantly, family life. The Peugeot Landtrek reflects the hard-working Ghanaian spirit, strong, dependable, and ready for business, adventure, and every road in between. Today, these vehicles represent Peugeot's commitment to innovation, style, design, and real value for Ghana.
Addressing the media, Sales and Brand Manager Harriet Asafuah J stressed that the vehicles offer strong value for money, largely due to their local assembly. She explained that assembling the vehicles in Ghana has led to significant reduction in VAT and other taxes, making them more affordable for customers.
We actually pushed our suppliers to get us these vehicles to be locally assembled, just as the government has instituted for locally assembled vehicles. Vehicles that are locally assembled means you are not paying VAT. It means that the vehicles are a little cheaper compared to the complete CBUs, we say CBUs, complete vehicles that comes as a complete car. Now, because it's a semi-knockdown vehicle, it means that there are some taxes which are being taken out, making your vehicle quite affordable.
The launch of the Peugeot 3008 SUV and Landtrek pickup underscores Silver Star Auto's broader vision to support Ghana's automotive sector through local production, competitive pricing, and the delivery of reliable vehicles tailored to the needs of the market.
That's all for business. We have more news for you right after this break. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Minority Leader and Member of Parliament for Ifutu, Alexander Afenyomarkin, has called on parents and guardians to prioritize their children's reading and academic studies. He made the appeal at the commissioning of the ultra-modern Richard C. Ekem Library and ICT Center at low cost in Winneba, a facility described as a critical investment in education, digital skills development, and lifelong learning within the community. Evelyn empowers more in this report.
Art facility named after industrialist Richard C. Ekem, who funded Mr. Afenyomarkin's education in 1995, features a 100-seater ICT center for global digital skills training, private reading rooms fostering focused research, and a 150-seater conference hall for idea sharing and future negotiations. Speaking at the commissioning of the library, Afenyomarkin called on parents to prioritize reading and studying for their children over TV or entertainment, using the library as a vital tool to build lifelong discipline.
And that is what I want to say to you parents here, that this library is more than a repository of books. It is a launch pad. Its mission is to plant the seeds that will germinate into Ghana's next generation of tech titans and ethical innovators. We dream of them building transformative industrial groups like Moses Kwesi Baden Jr., whose Margins Group is revolutionizing identity management and security across the continent.
Mr. Afenyomarkin further cautioned young people against diverting the library's ICT resources towards fraudulent schemes, noting that digital tools reveal and amplify personal integrity while demanding responsible application.
We must also sound a solemn warning. We must guard against dark temptation to misuse this powerful technology. We all have a duty as parents, teachers, and elders to ensure that our brilliant young minds see technology as a tool for creation, not crime. Let them be inspired by the Chinerehesis and the Moses Badens, who build empires, not by scammers who destroy lives and disgrace our nation.
The RC Ekem Library is the 19th library in the Futu constituency, the most in Ghana. For Joy News, Evelyn Amper's report read to you.
That's it for News Desk this morning. My name is Kenneth Jesse. For more news, you can log on to myjoyonline.com, and that's our top story for you. Mampregu Overlord rejects Otumfuo's Boku mediation report, calling the peace process as flawed. Well, the news team will be back at midday with news today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good morning.